All right. Let me check the feed. We should be live though.
You just popped up.
Yeah, we good. Yep. All right. All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh. You know, double honor to our apostles and LGMS who rule well, teach well, being great example to us younger brothers, and peace and blessing salutations to the hopeful lake out there pushing his word and truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful lake, the believers, the listeners that have came back to the obedience of the scriptures, you know, through faith in Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. You know, the brother Yashima for GMS Mississippi Camp, you know, linking up, you know, with some of the Memphis brothers from the Memphis camp, you know, just going into what we've been researching, you know, for history, you know, going into how, you know, Esau came into power, you know, and how he used Christianity, you know, to conquer, all right, the new world, man. You know, and how through this false Christianity that he has used, he has deceived the masses, and it has led all the way up to what we see today. You know, so we just been walking down history, you know, and right now we in the time in the time frame, you know, Esau, you know, is coming back into power, you know, after, you know, the dark ages, you know, you had you know, our people, you know, that was ruling during what they call the dark ages, and then they fell, you know, and Esau, all right, the Lord had it where Esau would come back into power, you know, and conquer, all right, the known world, man, you know. Except this time he expanded out, you know, into the western hemisphere, man. And today he has complete control of the planet Earth via what you see. He's locking the whole world down, all right, due to a hoax virus, man. You know, but that power that we see Esau has today, you know, it started, you know, back, you know, during what they call the Renaissance period. So we're gonna get on the prophecies, you know, and Revelation, you know, and let's say, Lord will, brother and sister, be edified, man. You know, but you can go ahead with that Revelation, bro.
God, this is Revelation 20:1. And I saw an angel come down from heaven and having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand.
Yeah,
And
because
he laid hold on the
so like that angel, you know, represents Yahweh Shai, you know, because he has the power given to him from the Father to put a nation in captivity and take a nation out of captivity, man. You know, so he came with his chain to put a nation in captivity, man. It's gonna tell you what nation it is. You got it, bro.
and he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years, and cast
Yep.
him into a bottomless pit,
hmm And that
and
th-
shut him up.
and that great serpent. All right, if you can understand in the spirit, you know, the spirit that was within the serpent, which the serpent was a man, it just described him as a serpent, you know, because of his shrewd and crafty tactics, man. Which we see those same tactics, all right, within Esau Edom, the nation of Esau Edom, you know. So that old serpent, that devil, that deceiver, which we're watching the deceiver, all right, it worked, man. You know, he has the masses. You know, you can go to the store and people are standing 6 feet apart and wearing masks and gloves, all based on deception from who? The devil, the damn deceiver, man. You know, so we're seeing his deception in real time, man. But that's why the scriptures put these titles on Esau, Edom, the serpent, the devil, all right, Satan. All right, with Satan is Shaitan in Hebrew, which means adversary, and he's adverse to all the righteousness of the scriptures. All right, and that bottomless pit that it was speaking of was Europe, you know, and then he was pushed out into what they call Eastern Europe, going towards Russia. You know, you had the Caucasus Mountains. You know, you had the over there in Georgia, Russia. You know, where Esau had different little empire. You know, but he was pushed out into that bottomless pit, man. You know, you got it, bro, because it was lacking resources. That's why I call it bottomless pit, man. That's why when they did come over to the New World, they would take a lot of gold. They would take a lot of things back to Europe. You know, those cathedrals, you know, that you see over there, you know, in Europe, a lot of those cathedrals was built up, you know, with the precious stones and gold that they found over here in the Central and South America, man. You know, but you got it, bro.
Hey, real quick,
You
just
got
a
it, you got it,
quick point.
you got it.
That going back to Cain, when the Most High cursed Cain, he told him that the ground basically wasn't gonna reap for him when he sowed. You know,
Come,
that's why he ended
come,
up in that bottomless pit, man. Everywhere he went, you know, it basically was gonna be desolate.
come, come, bro. You got it, good dog.
Verse 3, and cast him to the bottomless pit and shut him up and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more until the 1,000 years should be fulfilled. And after that, he must be loosed a little season. And I
Yeah,
saw thrones.
so like that's it. Yeah, just read 3, then we're gonna jump to 7. But like it was saying, you know, the Lord put a seal on Esau where he was unable to get out of their captivity, man. It was nothing Esau could do. There was no type of plan that he could formulate to get himself out of their captivity because the Lord put the seal on him, man. You know, so he didn't have the power to influence nations, all right, in wickedness, man. You know, he was put away for those 1,000 years until you know it was fulfilled, and then it was time for him to be loose a little season. And right now we living within that little season, man. You know, so read verse 7, and then we're gonna jump to Malachi. You know, then we're gonna deal, you know, with some of this history, man. You know, you got it, bro.
Verse 7, and when 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison.
And that 1,000 years was expired, Satan loose out of prison. So he was able to what? All right, be able to influence the earth. You know, he would be able to conquer lands again because he was loose from that prison when he was sealed up and couldn't do nothing, man. And that's where you get all this Renaissance art from, man. You know, that's why you get America. That's why I call America. That's named after a damn Edomite, man. You see?
God.
Christopher Columbus, man. You know, hey, when you reach that era, all right, that's when you see Esau branching out, you know, into what they call a new world, man. You know, what you had 1492, you had the fall of Granada, and in that same year, you had which that was the last stronghold really for Jake, you know, their Moorish Empire, you know, which they was all Jakes, you know, Islamic Jakes, and then you had the same year, all right, after the fall of Granada, which it fell to Ferdinand II and Queen Isabella, you know, of what it was Castella. Was it Castella? Castile, yeah, Castile, you know, Castile, yeah. All right, so they fell, you know, and they spoiled the Moors, and with what they spoiled from the Moors, that's what they used to fund those expeditions, man. You know, and they sent Christopher Columbus first, you know, and then after Christopher Columbus, you know, you had what you call the conquistadors, man, you know, and that's what we see when you look at Central and South America today is that influence that came from Spain, man. You know, the Spain and Portugal, man. You know, look that up. I'm gonna pull up that treaty real quick.
Oh
But
yeah.
you, yeah, this is what they call. Hold on, that's the wrong thing. The Treaty of Tordelis.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me pull that up.
Tordesillas or something like
Yeah,
that. I think it's
Tordesillas.
Tordesillas. Yep.
So when you go into it, it said the treaty from Britannica, and it says the Treaty of Tordesillas, all right, was in June 7th, 1494. Agreement between Spain and Portugal aimed at settling conflicts over lands newly discovered were explored by Christopher Columbus and other late 15th century voyagers. So 1494, that's 2 years after Chris Columbus, first expedition, man. You see, and it says in 1493, after reports of Columbus's discoveries had reached them, Spanish rulers Ferdinand and Isabella listed papal support, all right, from the Pope, the Roman Catholic Church, which is the false prophet, all right, written of in the scripture. It said, for their claims to the New World in order to inhibit the Portuguese and other rival claimants. To accommodate them, the Spanish-born Pope Alexander VI, all right, issued bulls, and that Alexander VI, that's the
Rodrigo Borgia.
and that your boy. Let me see. It might be. Yep.
That's Rodrigo Borgia.
That's Rodrigo Borgia. So hey, like I say, when Esau 1492, I say they were like that. It was like that Young Jesus song in 2005 when Trapper Die drop. Esau went mayhem this year, man. Yep, that show was Rodriguez. Yeah, that was a hell of a class, that man. The draft class in '96 with Iverson and Kobe and them.
Yeah.
It's the real death row, bro.
That's Esau Hall of Fame.
Yeah, so we know Rodriguez was a father of Caesar Borgia, whom when people look at, they think that's the Messiah, man. Who most people think is the Messiah today, man. So reading on, it says issue bulls setting up a line of demarcation from pole to pole, 100 leagues, about 320 miles west of Cape Verde Islands. Spain was given exclusive rights to all newly discovered and undiscovered lands in the region west of the line, and Portuguese expeditions were to keep the east of the line. Neither power was to occupy any territory already in the hands of a Christian ruler. You see? So you see, that these devils came over here, robbing, raping, waging war in the name of this what they call Christianity, man. We're gonna get that. It's called the remit. I gotta look it up. What it's called? The Spanish requirement. Yep, the Spanish requirement of 1513, which I'm gonna get that after this article. And it says, said no other European powers facing the Atlantic Ocean ever accepted this papal disposition or the subsequent agreement deriving from it. It said King John II of Portugal was dissatisfied because Portugal's rights in the New World were insignificantly affirmed, and the Portuguese would not even have sufficient room at sea for their African voyages. Meeting at Tordesillas in northwestern Spain, and Portuguese ambassador reaffirmed the papal division, but the line itself was moved to 370 leagues, all right, which was 1,185 miles west of the Cape of Verdes Island, or about 460 degrees, 30 degrees west of Greenwich. It said Pope Julius II finally sanctified the change in 1506. The new boundary enabled Portugal to claim the coast of Brazil after its discovery by Pedro Álvares Cabral in 1500. Brazilian exploration and settlement far to the west of the line of demarcation in subsequent centuries laid a firm basis for Brazil's claim to vast areas of interior of South America. So really you had the Spanish, try to pull a fast one on Portugal. They just wanted to give them a little piece of the coast. I'm talking about a little tiny piece, but they renegotiated. And that's why Portugal had that big part, why Brazil is the biggest country, in South America, because they renegotiated that initial deal. And then they came up with the Treaty of Tordesillas, which split Northern and South America, not Northern, Central and South America, between the Spanish Empire and the Portuguese Empire. So that's why you have those two languages, that dominate down there, because Central and South America is really nothing but an extension of the Iberian Peninsula, with Spanish and Portugal, man. So I'm gonna get this Spanish, Spanish requirement of 1513. It said the Spanish requirement of 1513 was a declaration by the Spanish monarchy, written by the Council of Castile jurist Juan Lopez de Palacios Rubios of Castile's divinely ordained right to take possession of the territories of the New World and to subjugate, exploit, when necessary, to fight the native inhabitants. It says the Spanish requirement, all right, or demand was read to Native Americans to inform them of Spanish rights to conquest. The Spaniards thus considered those who resisted as defying God's plan, and so used Catholic theology to justify their conquest, man. And if you're a Northern tribe and you're a Roman Catholic, you got to be super stupid. That's what Esau used to enslave you, man. And then he said he made it like it was a decree from the Most High, man. But that's why the scriptures say what they say about Esau Edom, man. You can get that in Malachi.
Precept out.
Yeah, you got it.
This Psalms. Yeah, Psalms 50 and 16. But unto the wicked, the Most High said, what hast thou to declare my statutes, or that thou should take my covenant in thy mouth, seeing thou hadst instruction and cast my words behind thee?
Yeah, so Esau, he came with the Bible in his hand, and his Spanish requirement, which is nowhere near in the Bible. He didn't come with no Bible verse. He came with his demands, man. And said if you don't agree, if you don't subjugate yourself under the Roman Catholic Church, then we're gonna go to war. Because when like them videos that the brothers sent, they read it to the Inca, they read it to Aztec, man. They say subjugate, all right, under the Roman Catholic Church, we're gonna go to war. All right, we're gonna take your children and women as slaves, and we're gonna put all the hell on you that we can, man. And they did that with the Bible in their hand, man. So that's something, like Vocab, he's talking about this Christianity, but he never talked about the history of it, man. He never went to this part of it, man. But that people act like Christianity was just this hug and kisses, religion, that's been on the earth, man. There's a lot of bloodshed, robbery, theft, rape, atrocities, tortures, behind this Christianity that Esau claims the other day, man. Yeah, you get that Malachi, bro.
No conjecture death.
I got a precept too.
You got, yeah, bring it out, bro. Whoever got precept, bring it out, bro.
All right, this 2 Thessalonians 2 and verse 4, it says, matter of fact, I'm gonna start at 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
Yeah, and that great falling away, when Esau came back into power, he made his business, to flood the earth with that deception. Like the scriptures, say in Revelation, how he went to deceive the 4 quarters of the earth, man. And through that deception, we fell away as a nation, man. Because he beat, this form of Christianity into us, man. That had nothing to do with the Bible, man. Go ahead, bro.
and their perdition go into ultimate destruction. You
Yep.
know, he destroyed that. That was a great time of him destroying the truth, and we
Yep.
went into spiritual ignorance, man. You
Yep.
know, we lost. That's
So you
when we
laid open the
lost
book
our
of the law.
heritage. That's when we really lost our heritage, man. What brother said? Something.
Just like I was, just like
Go go ahead.
no, just I just mentioned that they laid open the book of the law, and paid the
Oh,
likeness to his image. What's that? First Maccabees 3:48.
yep,
You
yep.
know,
It's that that Renaissance. It's that Renaissance where they did the destruction of the images. You know, all of that. You know, because
Yeah, I got
the
a
brother
quick
was
point on
speaking.
that.
The brother was speaking about uh Alexandra the sixth, uh, which Kadar, you got that information on how he
Yep,
painted
I got it right here.
his icon cut.
It says the argument goes that it says Jesus, but we know Cesare Borgia was originally, well, they talking about Yahushua right here, Salaki, was originally depicted as appearing non-European because he was Jewish. He wasn't Jewish, he was a Jew, which did not
Con.
sit well with the Borgia Pope at the time. So in order to create a more European-looking Jesus, Pope Alexander VI commissioned new paintings of Jesus using his legitimate son Cesare as their model. He then
Mhm.
allegedly ordered the destruction of all art depicting a Semitic Jesus, thereby popularizing one of the main enduring images of Jesus we have today. So the theory goes, and we know, of course,
Come,
not a theory. You know, Esau be on bullshit.
come. And then because you gotta think, man, if you conquer the earth using the Bible, you can't have the Messiah of the Bible looking like the people you conquering, man.
right?
Con.
You know, so he put his, he put the likeness of his own image, man. You know, hey, because the scriptures say the earth was given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof, man. You know,
Yep.
and he did that beginning with Yahushua, the prophets, and then him posting up in our land, claiming to be us, man. You know, you
Yep.
got it, bro.
This was that time, like we said, this was a Esau Hall of Fame time to rule with that deception. You know,
Yep.
that's why I say, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that
Mm-hmm.
man of sin be revealed, which we're in the time of his revealing, man. You know, that's why the Most High putting the Spirit on us to bring out this history, because the history make the scriptures jump off the page, man. The history really is prophecy of the past that makes the prophecy of the future more clear, man. You
Come,
know,
come,
you you got verse
come.
4, it says, who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called the Most High, all right, or that is worshipped, so that he, as the Most High, sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High, man.
Yeah, and that's why Christians today, they so gullible to believe anything that Esau says because this Christianity, is nothing but a form of Edomite supremacy, man.
God,
They call it white supremacy, but the elites know that's Edomite supremacy, man. You know, when people see Trump speaking, you know, they see a God, man. A lot of our people see a God, man. You know, that's why
yep,
instead of crying out to you, how about Shema out shot, Jay waiting on the damn stimulus check, man. You
yep.
know, because that's their guide to this government, man, this infrastructure, this beast, man. That's why the majority of our people gonna take their mark, man, because they done been deceived, man. But the Lord
Right.
pulled us out of that darkness, man. And brought us to the marvelous light. You know,
Shit, Jay
God.
didn't get any preparation. They went on that shit.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
You got
Yeah,
that
that was
Malachi.
it. That was it on what I had.
You get that Malachi, bro.
All right, come on. This is the book of Malachi. Where did we go to? Malachi 1. When we just started 1, or get straight to the point?
You started 3, bro. Yeah, we get to the point.
Malachi 1:3. And I hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness.
Yeah, and that's going to what the during the time, you know, of what they call the Dark Ages, man. You know, the Byzantine Empire. You know, you had Constantinople. You know, like I said, you had the Moors. You know, in Spain, you had you know, the czars. You know, the Jake czars that was in Russia. You know, and Esau was what? He was sealed, man. You know, he was bound by that chain, man. You know, so that's when his heritage was laid waste, man. The fall of that pagan Roman Empire. You know,
God.
you got it, bro.
For whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. That said the Lord of hosts, they should build, but I would throw down, and they should call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord had indignation forever.
You know, so the Lord, you know, he goes through. He goes when he said they will build. He's talking about the Renaissance period. You know, and then when he said, but he gonna throw down. He talking about this period, man. You know, so he covered their whole rulership, you know, in two sentences, man. He said they gonna build, all right, the Renaissance period, but they end is I'm gonna throw them down, man, because the Lord has indignation, all right, with these damn devils, man. That's why the Lord said, he will have war with Amalek from generation to generation, you know, and that never stop. And see, Amalek has been in war with the Most High, but he has been doing it through the people of the Most High, man. You see, because they're the ones that's behind funding, you know, a lot of this slave trade, man. You know, these franchises or these plantation franchises that were set up here in America, you know, the elites was funding it, man. You know, so the war, the Lord has indignation with these Edomites, and they the born of wickedness, man. You know, so um, just dealing with their history, um, I'm gonna get one more precept, and then you got it, Tyler.
I can
Okay.
do something about.
Yeah, you got it. Um,
Gonna bring it out. Wait on you.
yeah, you got it. Bring it up.
This Second Corinthians 10, I'm gonna start at 4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High to pull it down of strongholds, cast down the nations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of the Most High, and breaking into captivity every thought to the obedience of the Mashiach.
Yeah, you can break it down, bro.
That's just plain and simple. That's what we doing, through the spirit of power of the Lord. Lord gave us the mouth of wisdom, to break it down, every lie, that Esau, put up,
Yep.
like no,
Combating the
That's why.
lies of the truth.
right?
All right, bro. You got Tazama. What you was saying?
I was just gonna say, that's why the Lord, when you read, it say, set thy face against Mount Seir, because we read in Second Thessalonians where it say, basically Esau exalted himself, as the Most High, but the Most High has exalted us to bring him down, man. The scriptures say through the mouth of the prophets that this devil gonna be brought down. So we exposing all of his wickedness, all right, to the public, man. To the point now we living in that time of the great awakening and the knowledge being out there, that so vast that this devil, he gotta shut this word down eventually, man. He gonna have to shut the YouTube down, man. He gonna have to put a stop to this information coming out, because it's destroying him to the point to where his whole power of deception is not even working over the earth, the inhabitants of the earth anymore, man. Because we doing all the work that basically these people too lazy to do. And what's a more better time than now? He trying to make his move. He got Jake quarantined in the house, so Jake got extra research time, be looking at videos. Hey, everything out in the open now, man.
Gone.
Right.
Like you said, his truth is hindering, you know, his master plan, man. Because people, are seeing the deception. He's not moving in the shadows in secrecy as he was moving, as he used to move freely, man. All right, because the masses didn't know what the hell was going on, man. And now the Lord through through the prophets. All right, the spirit of Yahushua is unveiling the devil, man. You know,
Yep.
going back to history all the way to now, man. Because that's what you do when somebody on trial. You know, you go all the way back, man, to all their offenses, man. You know,
Pull up all the evidence.
yep.
But it say not to the increase.
Come.
Cause when you in a court, if you are on trial, if you don't got evidence to support your case, then you on hold. That's a stronghold, man. You locked up, you bound.
Yep.
So we bringing out all the evidence that's breaking down the strongholds of the oppressor, man. Esau Edom, man, the chief oppressor, man.
Come.
I got a real quick one too, bro.
You got it.
This Psalm 64 and 8, it says, so they shall make their own tongues to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away.
Yeah. Because, hey,
Yeah,
you know,
tell them themselves.
Yep.
Yep.
That news, the alternative media, you know, those what's his name? Russo. You know, these insiders, you know, the Lord put the spirit on them just to be an insider, just so they can eventually just spill it, man.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and said they fleeing away from him, man. People really not trying to deal with Esau like that, man. You know,
Mm-hmm.
but Esau got him in the jam because they so dependent on him, man. You know, and you still have, yeah, you got it, bro.
No, go ahead, slide.
I was just saying, you still got simple people, you know, who just still under deception, you know. But a lot of people see this devil for what he really is, man. A lot of people are trying to separate, man. That's why you had people trying to get off the grid. You know, you had a lot of people leave America, man. You know, they really, you know, a lot of countries trying to do away with the dollar, man. You know, they trying to have alternative sources because depending on Esau, you're gonna always lose, man. You know?
Right.
But you got it, bro.
I was just gonna say, laying back on what Yaganan said with the precept, the tongue fall upon itself, you know, with the movies, TV series like the Season Bourgeois, you know, that shows a lot of his wickedness too, man. You know, so it's just the truth is coming out, you know, just exposing this devil, man, and he's telling on himself, you know. But you got us like.
Yeah, because you had Rodrigo Borgia. You know, he bribed his way to be the Pope, man.
Yep.
And his son.
Yeah, he bought them folks out, man. You know? But you go ahead and get that article. We'll get that precept. Get Michael Quadar, get Michael 2 and start at 1. But you go ahead and get the article, then we'll bring it out after you get through the article, bro.
Okay. Well, you know, just going back into that Spanish Inquisition, I'm gonna deal with Hernando de Soto. Of course, you know, you had Pizarro, was Cortez. I think Cortez spearheaded it right to Mexico, and then he went back and got Pizarro. But while they was conquering like South America and Mexico and Central America, you had Hernando de Soto, right, who basically started in Florida, all right, with his conquering of the southeastern region. So this article from Wikipedia, all right, and it's not too long, so I'm gonna read kind of fast. Hernando de Soto, it says, was a Spanish explorer and conquistador who was involved in expeditions in Nicaragua and Yucatan and the Yucatan Peninsula and played an important role in Pizarro's conquest of the Inca Empire in Peru, but is best known for leading the first Spanish and European expedition deep into the territory of the modern-day United States through Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, most likely Arkansas. He is the first European documented as having crossed the Mississippi River. It says De Soto's North American expedition was a vast undertaking it ranged throughout what is now the southeastern United States, both searching for gold, which had been reported by various Native American tribes and earlier coastal explorers. Can brother real quick get Sirach 10 and what's that? Sirach 10 and 6, might be 8.
Yeah.
So when they came over here on their conquest, they came seeking out riches, man. You know, and the way that they got them, you know, we all know they tell you the story of how the Pilgrims and the Indians came together. When you growing up in elementary school, that's a bunch of bullshit, man. You know, like they just all came together and it was a big family reunion, you know, and that's what Thanksgiving is supposed to be about. But really, it was a massacre, man, and it was all done through deceit. So, whichever brother got that scripture, you know, because he just fit that
Rock
point right
10
there.
and 6.
Yeah, I think it might be 8 because of unrighteous
Rock 10
dealings.
and 8.
Yeah, it's 8.
Unrighteous dealings.
It's 8.
Con.
Okay. It's Sirach 10 and 8. It says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another.
Right. So that kingdom, which the Native Americans, who they call Indians, which were truthfully Gad and Reuben, you know, Israelites, all right, was taken by these conquistadors, man, spearheaded by Hernando de Soto, all right, Pizarro and Cortez, man. You know, the brother has some before I go on.
I had a quick one. Jeremiah 50.
Okay.
33.
Go ahead, bro.
Jeremiah 50:33. Thus said the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were pressed together, and all that took them captives had them fast. They refused to let them go.
And what a lot of people don't know is when them conquistadors came over here to the Americas, you know, North, Central, South America, and Mexico, on them ships, they had some of the Judites, you know, the kingdom of Judah too, man. That's why when you read about the transatlantic slave trade, it'll tell you that the first slaves went to Spain and Portugal. Well, where were the conquistadors from? Spain and Portugal, man. So everything add up in the scriptures when you read what like you just read. Judah and Israel were oppressed together, man. You know. But I'm gonna finish this, and I got another. I'm gonna get to the end of this one, and then I got another one. It says, De Soto's North American expedition was a vast undertaking. It ranged throughout what is now southeastern United States, both searching for gold, which had been reported by various Native American tribes and earlier coastal explorers, and for a passage to China. Now, when we was watching that documentary, you know, they couldn't speak the language that Gad and Reuben was speaking, but they was pointing to their rings and their jewelry. It was like, you know what I'm saying? This what we coming for. Where can we find this? You know what I'm saying? So that's how they was communicating until, of course, they had certain traders amongst the tribes that sided with them and overthrew the you know, the defense of Gad and Reuben, man. You know, just like in the ancient times where it say wicked man, during the time of the Greeks, where it say wicked man out of Israel, which I'm roughly paraphrasing in the Maccabees. They made a covenant with the heathen, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So there was nothing new under the sun. Yeah. What you say, Ro?
I said sellouts.
I got a precept.
Yeah, sellouts, man. And up until this very day, you know, nothing new under the sun, because history really don't do nothing but repeat itself, man. You know, and you know that the Most High had to be with them some type of way to overthrow the princes of the power, man. You know.
I got a precept.
Says, okay, go ahead, Kodar.
Because when Moctezuma, before he let the Spanish in, his brother, you know, his blood brother told him because he already seen through the deception, but Moctezuma was curious, like, who was these pale dudes? So
Mhm.
Moctezuma brother told him, he quoted some, but Esau don't have it on the internet, but I'm just saying it by memory. He said, never let a person in your house who can kick you out of it. So he basically
Yeah.
knew the BS that Esau
Yeah.
was on. So this is Sirach 12 and 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. So when they would take certain tribes down, they would take their woman, or their woman would flock to the conquistadors, and they would speak both the language of the Incas and the Spanish. So they would translate. You got it, bro.
Hey,
Yep.
Baba
Read
Kushab,
read
you ready to
11.
precept?
Read
Go ahead.
11, bro. Baba Kusha.
Okay, Khan. Verse 11. Sirach 12 and 11. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away.
Yep. And that's how he'll come to you, man. Like he coming to humble himself and try to make some type of alliance and be friends with you, man. But really at the whole time, he like they say in the scripture, his words were smoother than butter, but
War was in
I
his
don't want
heart.
to
All right.
Yeah.
war was in his heart, yep.
God. I get a precept to back you up on that. Bring out every man to his house. That what you just said?
When you get that one, I'm gonna
Khan.
finish this and I'm gonna get into the next one.
All right, cuz. This Sirach 11:29. Bring not every man into thy house, for the deceitful man had many trains. You got
Ooh, the deceitful man got many trained because Esau he would have different tactics, man. Because when Rosario showed up, on at the Inca Empire, smallpox showed up with him, man.
Yep.
And then you will have our people. That's how you know it was the Lord. That was really delivering our people, into the hand of these Edomites, because you will have the spirit on the chief to just be docile, try to be diplomatic with Esau, because they could have took out, it was 168 men that Rosario brought, they could have just wiped them out. That would have been the end of that, man. But they let them inside, the temple, and they set up cannons, and they were blowing their ass smithereens, man. They read their Spanish requirement. Nigga didn't agree with it, and their helmets fly, man. So yeah, a lot on what because even Taza Muka, he tried to be diplomatic. A lot of our people kept trying to be diplomatic with each other, man. And he kept betraying them, man. But the Lord, just gave our people a docile spirit, man. And they was giving over, man. They kept falling for the same trick, man.
Yep.
We went into that like a year ago when we was reading the first Maccabees, when Jake had gave them credence, and then Esau had attacked Jerusalem.
Yep. I'm gonna finish this up. It's both searching for gold, which had been reported by various Native American tribes and earlier coastal explorers, and for a passage to China of the Pacific coast. It say DeSoto died in 1542 on the banks of the Mississippi River. Different sources disagree on the exact location, whether it was now Lake Village, Arkansas, or Faraday, Louisiana. All right, so I'm gonna get into this other one. It say which this one is dealing with Hernando, Mississippi, right? Which Hernando, Mississippi, and DeSoto County is named after Hernando DeSoto, which Memphis is about 20 minutes, all right, which I'm about in between there. So you got about 20 minutes between Memphis and Hernando, Mississippi. So it say Hernando is a city in and the county seat, Salaki, is a city in and the county seat of DeSoto County. Because if you get locked up in Mississippi around DeSoto County, that's where they take you to, Hernando. That's what the jail at. So that's what I guess that's what they mean, the county seat. It said which is on the northwest border of Mississippi, United States. The population was 14,090. Let me jump. So I want to get straight to the point. It says, let me get into the demographics. That's where I want to go. Okay, here we go. All right, say at the time of encounters by French and Spaniard colonists, the Chickasaw people had long inhabited this area. France had developed colonial settlements along the Gulf Coast to the north of the Middle Mississippi River in what was called Illinois country, and now France. Salakia. It says an 18th century French colonial log house. See first photo and gallery below. It says, and Hernando is a reminder of typical dwellings built in their settlements in Illinois country, such as St. Geneva, Missouri, because it's talking about the French, because after Hernando DeSoto died in 1542, right? You had, like, I want to say it's about 100 years later, you had LaSalle and the French come, and by the time they came and got over here, Hernando DeSoto had them wiped out like about 80 different tribes between Louisiana, Baton Rouge, all the way up to Memphis. So they had knocked out, basically it was like 5 tribes left. And they say that Hernando, when he came, he brought diseases with him too. So he took them out with diseases. He said most of them died by disease. So that's Esau. That's Esau MO, obviously.
And that's what he's doing now. You know, before Esau established a new world, he always kick out them diseases, man. You know, because he want less resistance as possible, man. You know, that nigga got the same hook shot. You know,
same move, guy.
Same move. L1 down.
The square.
Same old weekend jail.
Hey, get that Habakkuk 2 and 12, and then we get that Micah 2 and 1. You know, because
I got a little bit more. You got it, bro. I got about one more paragraph. It say the French and the French Canadians had a wide trading network with various American Indian tribes along this river, for instance, in Natchez. Following the Indian Removal Act of 1830 and under pressure from the United States, the Chickasaw finally signed a treaty to cede most of their lands in this area to the U.S. Most of the tribe were moved to west of the Mississippi River in Indian Territory. It say this town was first called Jefferson by its new European American settlers. It was renamed as Hernando in 1832 after the Spanish explorer Hernando DeSoto. He was the first European to discover the Mississippi River. This county
was always discovering something. There's been that people living by, you know, drinking, taking a bath with, but this nigga discovered, like, ain't nobody seen this before, man.
And Jake's so simple, he'll accept that, and like, even if he read it, you know, it wouldn't even register with him if he's not spiritual. It just told you that the Chickasaws basically was inhabiting this area, you know, which they don't have a clue that those were Israelites, but you know, it don't register to them that these people just came over here and massacred a whole society of people in the name of Christianity and said that it was something that they discovered, like they got there first, you know. Come on, man. That's the deception of the so-called white man for you. But this the final part right here. It said this county was developed by European Americans during the antebellum years for cotton plantations, depending on enslaved labor of large gangs of African Americans during the early 20th century. This is the last part I want to get. Many blues musicians developed in Hernando. African Americans had developed a strong musical tradition in areas along the Mississippi River, where many had grown up in families working as sharecroppers on cotton plantations during the Great Migration of the first half of the 20th century. Many blues musicians migrated north, taking their music to Chicago, helping create the culture of the city, man. So that's why you got that connection. You'll be like, cause you even got a hood in Memphis called Little Chicago. You know what I'm saying? So you will wonder why these cities so similar, because they migrated all the way from Mississippi all the way up north. You know, and basically they was really fleeing from goddamn Esau and their slavery, man. You know?
You know, and the scriptures describe, you know, how Esau conquers, man. You know, so let me get that Habakkuk 2:12, because that's how I got it. This is Habakkuk 2:12. It says, "Woe to him that builded a town with blood, established a city by iniquity," man. You know, and Esau, he established his rulership, you know, through blood and iniquity, man, through deception, through lies, you know, through false treaties that he will make, you know, like I say, through his disease warfare, you know, through rape. He will rape men, women, children. He ain't give a damn, man, and that's how he established this place, man, and instilled fear, you know, in the people. All right, and our people that was already here, man. You know, you get that Micah 2:1, bro.
Like a brother on now. I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, you can get it, bro.
You can get it.
This Micah 2:1, woe to them that practice iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the moon is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand.
Yeah, so Esau came back in the power, scheming, and he been scheming ever since. You good, bro? Yeah, he been scheming ever since, man. Ever since the Renaissance period, he came back in the power. This nigga never stopped scheming and plotting on wicked shit, man. You know, that's all this nigga do is devise iniquity, man. Come over some wicked device, man. You know, how can he poison the water? How can he poison the food? How can he manipulate people through his media, through his TV, man? You know, how can he brainwash the people with his history, man? He's always thinking of some evil shit, man. You know, you got it, bro.
And they cover the fields, take their bags and house to take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage.
Yeah, he said they covered fields and take them by violence, man. And that's exactly what these Spanish conquistadors were doing, man. You see, they'll come over here, they look at the lands, you know, they spy out the lands, you know, and they covered it, you know, what the northern tribes had, man. You know, and what did they do? They devise a plan, you know, and violently take them, man. You know, who else did speaking of, man? No one was going to Europe, you know, and scoping his lands out, you know, and taking them by violence, man. You know, no other nation was doing that but Esau Edom when he came back into his rulership, man. You know, you got it, bro.
Keep going on that?
Yeah, keep going.
3, Micah 2:3. Therefore, thus said the Lord Yahweh, behold, against this family do I devise an evil from which you should not remove your necks.
Neither against the whole family. So the whole nation of Edom gonna pay, man. You know, every one you Edomites from the least to the great gonna pay, man. The Lord said he got an evil against, all right, your whole family, man. The whole family of people, man. All right, so the whole lineage of Esau Edom, all right, the Lord has destruction for them, man. And that same captivity that they was putting our people in, they finna go into it, man. You got it, bro.
He said, neither should you go heartily, for this time is evil.
Yeah. So you ain't gonna get away this time, Esau. You know, because for the longest, even going back to Cain, Esau been a vagabond in the earth, man, a fugitive, man. You know, but now we in that time of judgment, man. He ain't gonna get away proudly, man, because Esau been committing wickedness, and then he'll boast in it, man. You know, that's why he got you know, he got statues of himself all through, you know, Central and North America, man. Got a big picture, big statue of Caesar Borgia down there in Rio, man. You know, that's him being proud, man. You got the Ark of Titus, you know, when he took us down in the 70 AD, you know, he got the Ark of Titus boasting in it. And then you look at your money, he has all nothing but murderers and witches on his money, man. Everybody on the American money is a murderer, man. You know, and that's how he does these things, and then he makes mockery, man. You know, he got these professional teams called the Chiefs, the Indians, the Braves, all right, Florida State Seminoles, you know.
Redskins.
That's him making
yeah.
mockery.
The
Yeah,
Cortez
Reds,
school.
you know. Well, he got Chris Columbus Day. That's him being
Yeah.
proud of his wickedness, man. Thanksgiving, you know, that's the ultimate slap in the face, man. It's him telling you, man, appreciate that. He telling Gary, appreciate that. You know?
Then he put the icing on the cake with Black Friday right after Thanksgiving.
Oh man. Yep.
But you got it, bro.
All right, this Psalms 49 and 11. It says their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and that their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names.
Yeah.
Yep. Hey, like you was going into all them different lands they conquered. Shit, they named them after themselves.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Every street.
They put their name on it.
The counties, you know, I say the counties, the cities, you know, they name them after themselves, man. Hey, keep going on there, Micah, though, bro.
I get a quick precept though, Baba Kashan?
Yeah, you got it, bro.
This Isaiah 47:7, and thou sayest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it.
Oh man, they forgot they had to pay for this shit.
Yeah, so when Esau was conquering, you know, when he was set up, you know, when they was rich off cotton, you know, they had us in captivity. You know, the Lord had us to fear them. You know, we was just, you know, subjugated to him. Man, Esau didn't think about the latter end, what would be all right, the cost, you know, of him having no mercy on us as a people, man. You know, because the Lord gave us into his hand. You know, but Esau took it too far, man. You know, and he didn't think about the consequences of the things he was doing, man, because the torture tactics and the way he was killing our people, and you know the no mercy that he had, man. Hey, the Lord is highly upset with that, man.
Yep.
You know, we supposed to win, but the way Esau did, he went too far, man. So Esau gonna have to pay for that, man. But he wasn't thinking about that, you know, when he was in his heyday, man. Because you go back to 1861, 58, 1858, something like that. You had Mississippi. You know, they had the fourth largest economy, you know, on the earth, man. Just the state of Mississippi alone, man, because they had that unique climate where they can grow their king cotton, man. You know, everybody couldn't grow it, so there was you know, there was a high commodity, man. You know, so you think them Edomites in Mississippi were thinking about you know, World War III, you know, the destruction of America and all these things during that time? Hell no. You know, it was working Jake. to the ground, man.
Yo,
You know?
now that's what say he that touch you touch the apple of my eye. Because
Yep.
now it's not a good time to be an Edomite, you know?
Nah,
Never
nah.
was.
Ain't never been a good time. Ain't never
You
been a
never
good
get a
time.
good
Never was.
time. Now,
Yeah,
the end of this now, you know?
yeah.
Yeah,
They
man.
had their heyday.
This is
Yeah.
back in Micah 2 and 4. Micah 2 and 4. In that day shall one take up a parable against you and lament with a doleful lamentation and say, we be utterly spoiled. He had changed the portion of my people. How had he removed it from me, telling away he had divided our fields. Therefore thou shalt have none that should cast a cord by lot in the congregation of the Lord. You going it?
Nah, you in Micah? You back in Micah?
Come Micah 2.
What verse that was?
That was on Micah 2 and 5, 4 and 5.
Yeah, read 4.
Okay, come Micah 2 and 4. In that day shall one take up a parable against you and lament with a doleful lamentation.
Start
And
at
say,
3. Bro, read 3, bro.
be drinking. Okay, come Micah 2 and 3. Therefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, against this family do I devise an evil from which ye shall not remove your necks, neither shall ye go heartily from this time its evil.
Come. Hey, the point the point I wanted to get. Read 2 again. That's the point I wanted to get. Salaki, bro.
This the point of the guns. It's like Micah 2 and 2. And they cover fields and take them by violence and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage.
Yeah, even a man in his heritage, man. Because you a king in your land, you know, or you a chief, you know, or you part of a noble family, you know, or you just, you know, you well off, you got a lot of land, you know, you chilling, you know. But then Esau show up in that same land that you was a king, all right, or a chief. Now you a damn slave, man. You know, so they oppress a man in his own house, man. You know, imagine someone come to your house, you know, and start telling you what to do, man. Tell you what time to go to sleep and what time to wake up, man.
Yeah.
You know, that's what Esau did, really to the Northern Kingdom, man. Mostly, man. You know, because they were known for kidnapping them chiefs, man. You know, uh, uh, get Daniel 7 and 4, but we're gonna go into the little horn. You
Hey,
know,
Ayash, can I bring out a point real quick?
you got, yeah. Bring it up, bro.
I was gonna say it was easy for Esau to take down the northern kingdom, especially the Gadites, because you know that curse in Deuteronomy 28, the eye shall be evil towards our brother. You
Yeah,
had different tribes, you know, going at it with other different tribes. Therefore, it was easy for other tribes to get conquered, you know. And sometimes they'll team up with Esau to take down one tribe, then Esau will turn on them, you know.
come on.
Yep. That's why they
That's
teach you
what they
about
did to the
Squanto.
Slovakia.
No, I was just saying that's why they teach you about Squanto.
Khan.
And Squanto
And then
was a traitor.
Khan. And then with the Incas, they was like a big kingdom, but they had other kingdoms in subjection, and they teamed up with Cortez.
Come on. Yeah, when you go to the Aztec, a lot of them, a lot of those, you know, tribe down there, you know, Issachar, they flipped, man. You know, but it had to happen, man. You know, and they gonna get they just due. You know, especially in this time, man. Everybody back for their judgment, man. You know, the sellouts, you know, the Edomites. Because you best believe those conquistadors, all them back in this time, man. You know, the first death row, man. Rosario, Cortez, De Soto, you know, Columbus, you know. Yeah, get that Daniel 7 and 5, because see these kingdoms was prophesied, man. Because when you go to this era, you know, when you understand the Esau power structure, like I said, the Spanish, you know, they were the first, you know, to really branch out, you know, and start conquering and establish, you know, different colonies in the new world, man. You know, but you got it, bro. Get Daniel 7 and Uh, yeah, that'd be it. We'll ride
I
out
got
on
it.
that. All right, come.
This Daniel 7:4. It said the first was like a lion. You said 7:4, right?
Started like get to the point. Start at 7, bro.
Okay, con. Daniel 7:7. After this, I saw in the night vision, and behold, a fourth beast, dreadful and terrible, and strong exceedingly, and it had great iron teeth. It devoured and brake in pieces, and stamped the residue with the feet of it, and
Yeah,
it
and
was
that's
diverse.
talking about the Roman Empire, and their iron teeth was that great, military might that the Roman Empire had, man. That pagan Roman Empire. You got it, bro.
It says, and stamped the residue with the feet of it, and it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it, and it had
Um,
10 horns.
it was diverse, because it ruled, with a republic. You had different elected officials, that they would have, and they were different because all the others before them was a monarchy, but
Con.
they had a senate and all these different things, so they were diverse, But you got it, bro.
You said they had the plebeians and the patricians.
Yep. Different political parties.
Yep.
You got it, bro.
It say verse 8, I considered the horns, and behold, there came up among them another little horn. It says, before whom there were 3 of the first horns plucked up by the roots.
Yep. So that little horn is representing America, man. And those 3 horns that were plucked up by the roots. All right. Speaking of, France, Spain, and Britain, man. You see, because all these Edomite empires stem from the ancient pagan Roman Empire, man.
Yep.
That's why when you got the EU, the Treaty of Rome, going back to I think 1953, they it was those European nations, America, and they formed the NATO, all right, as a military, man. You see, but the America, that little horn, this is the last leg of that ancient Roman Empire, man. That's why America is highly, Roman influence, man. You know, um, you keep reading, bro.
I says verse 8, I considered the horns, and behold, there came up among them another little horn, before whom there were 3 of the first horns plucked up by the roots. And behold, in this horn were eyes like the eyes of man, and a mouth speaking great things.
Come, man. Showing that it's talking about the power structure, ruled by men, because this beast system, that we live in today, all right, derives from the ancient Roman Empire, man. That's why you had the same morals. In Rome, it was big on orgies, freakism and homosexuality and all these different guys and questioning the Most High, is the Most High real, and all this deep philosophy, man.
God,
That's what America, is based in, man. In this whole Western world, man, the EU as well, speaking great things, man. Them talking about this new world order. That's them speaking great things, man. Um, jump to jump towards the end. Jump to 20, bro.
all right. This Daniel 7:20. And of the 10 horns that were in his head, and of the other which came up, and before whom 3 fell, even of the horn that had eyes, and a mouth that spake very great things, whose look was more stout than his fellows.
Yeah, so that little horn, all right, it's talking about America, and then when it goes back, because it's going back into those little horns again, man. Whom 3 fell because you had the Spanish American War, all right, which America won. You had the Revolutionary War between America and Britain, which America won, and then you had the French, all right, American War, which America won that as well. So those 3 Edomite empires fell before this American Edomite empire, man. And that's why America is that superpower, of today. That's why America is more established, all right, than these other Edomite kingdoms, man. You see, they when Trump was ready to pull out the Iran nuclear deal, all right, you had the French president, all right, fly his little ass over here. You had the Britain prime minister, all right, Angela, no, not Angela, what's that chick name? I think she retired now. I can't think of her name though. It was just on, but you had her. She came over here, all right, and they were begging Trump not to pull out that deal, man, because they showed you who got the power, man. You see, so America is that superpower that emerged, out of this whole beast system, and this is what the elites have their military and have their influence is here in America, man. This is where they push out their influence in the earth and enforce it through their sword, man. You got it, bro. You keep reading on Tyler Mark.
Oh, so like this verse 21, I beheld, and the same horn made war with the saints and prevailed against them.
And that's what the history we reading through, man. What'd you say? DeSoto had killed what, 80 tribes?
Yep, it was 85. It was 85 when you go into that documentary that I seen, brothers. It was 85 tribes before DeSoto died. And when by the time the Sale and the French came through, it wasn't but 5 tribes stretched between I think he said Louisiana to Memphis, like Baton Rouge to Memphis.
Cool. And the scriptures say we will be small among the heathen, man. So Esau made war, literal war with the saints, man. The saints are talking about Israelites, man. So the northern and southern kingdom, they lost, man. That's why we in captivity, man. That's what people don't understand, man. When you lose wars, you go into captivity, man. And that's why all these nations finna go in captivity, because they finna lose this third world war to your house shot. So they finna go into captivity, man, and we waiting, right, to be free from captivity, man. But then it's finna go into. You got it, bro. Keep reading.
All right, verse 22. It says, "Until the ancient of days came, and judgment was given to the saints of the Most High, and the time came that the saints possessed the kingdom."
So it's time for us to take over, man. All right, the kingdom that Esau had, the Lord finna give us the spirit, to execute judgment, man. He finna give us the power to execute that judgment, man. And the saints gonna take the kingdom, man. The scriptures talk about how, the world shall fight with him, talking about the elect fighting with Yahushua against the ungodly, man. And that's what we finna come into, man. We finna conquer the earth in righteousness. Esau conquered it in wickedness, man. You see? But we finna do the exact opposite in righteousness, man. You got it, bro.
Just a quick point,
you got it, yeah.
We really got the judgment right now. Because it starts with what the wisdom, the evidence. We presenting all the evidence before the judge, with the chief judge is Yahweh Shimi Hawashah. So we bringing it all out, man. And then soon, once you get your sentence, then they execute you, man. So this gonna lead to this man physically being taken up out of that dominion,
That's what I say. His sins have reached unto heaven.
His sins have reached unto heaven, man. This internet is what's ultimately made this word go throughout the whole earth, man. But this verse 23, it says, "Thus he said, the fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom upon earth, which shall be diverse from all kingdoms, and shall devour the whole earth, and shall tread it down and break it in pieces."
It said devour the whole earth. Now the ancient Roman Empire, it ruled, what was known as the known world, man, or a big portion, of those settled lands back then. See, in this time, all right, this revised Roman Empire, he has rulership over the whole world, man. And the global shutdown shows you that this man had influence over the whole world, man. can shut a country down like that, man.
Oh,
got
the coronavirus was in China for how long? Well, what? About 3 months.
Yep.
The whole globe didn't get shut down till it hit America. Now,
You know? Now everything got dropped. You know? You got it, bro.
verse 24, it say, and the 10 horns out of this kingdom are 10 kings that shall arise, and another shall rise after them, and he shall be diverse from the first, and he shall subdue 3 kings.
Yep. So going back to America establishing itself as a superpower, and you know, the other 10 horns, you know, because Rome always had those vassal states that was in league with it, you know. So the EU are those vassal states, you know, of old, man. When you go back to those different, you know, you know, vassal states back of the pagan Roman Empire, all right, they are represented as those EU states of today, man. Those 10 horns, man. You know, when they receive power like kings, like it says in the scripture, they just receive those different benefits. That's why, let's say, the Treaty of Rome was also known as the economic European. What was it? The economic European EEC? Yeah, start with a C. I can't think of.
Community? Ain't it community?
Yeah, I think it is community. Yeah,
Yes, community.
European economic community. You know, where they receive those different benefits. You know, you got it, bro.
It's verse 25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and dividing of time.
Yeah, so that time and times and dividing the times represents the 350 year. All right, the times, right? There's 2 times 200. The 1 time is 300. Another 100 is 300. Then the dividing time is 50. You know, and starting from when they brought the Southern Kingdom over here to the Western Hemisphere, when all tribes is in captivity together, you know, 1619 until the time of Elder Albert Bivens going into the New Testament was 350 years, man. You know, because what through Yahushua we was loose, all right, in the spirit, man. You know, like people say, whom the Son free is free indeed. You know. So that began the spiritual downfall of Esau Edom, man. You know, and you know he's the one that changed the laws and times. You know, all this Monday, Sunday, Tuesday. This is new, man. This ain't how we kept time in the ancient world, man. It was by the moon.
Yep.
You know, you got it, bro.
Jay can't figure that out though. Verse 26. But the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion to consume and to destroy it unto the end.
Yeah, the judgment gonna sit. You know, the judgment waiting on Esau, man. You know, Esau really he working his way to the judgment, man. He think he's fulfilling his new world order, but really he's working his way until the judgment that's written, man. You know, because judgment ain't gonna change, man. You know, you got it, bro.
Verse 27, and the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominion shall serve and obey him.
And that's the point, man. You know, the kingdom and dominion gonna be given to the saints of the Most High, man. That's the elect. You know, beginning with 144,000, man. You know, and the men, women, and children that are allotted for salvation, man. That's who's gonna have dominion over the planet Earth, man. And nations gonna serve us, man. You know, so hey, we see, you know, how Esau came into power. The Bible tells you how he will come into power, you know, with violence, iniquity, you know, bloodshed, robbery, you know. But then also tell you that he gonna go out of power, man. You know, and the saints gonna take the kingdom, man. You know, so that's the end game, man. That's what we get, man. You know, Esau was put into power. to rule that little season, as it says in Revelation. But now that little season almost over with, and it's time for him to go down, man. So we're living in the beginning of his downfall, man. But that was it. Y'all brothers had anything else?
But I had a couple precepts, Salakia.
All right, go ahead, bro.
This is going into Genesis 27:39, and Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of the heaven from above. We know America rules everything. And by the sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion, thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. And I wanted to relate that to Revelations 19 and and 11, and I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse. And Slack, I'm gonna skip to the Slack. Hold on. When it talks about that red horse,
It's 6 and 4.
Revelation. You said what? I know.
I said it's 6 and 4, right? Revelation 6 and 4. The red horse.
If you want to get it, you can go ahead out.
George, you want, right?
You said about the red horse, bro?
Yep.
It's Revelation 6 and 4. And then went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword.
God, so that's the blessing of Esau right there. And just to relate that, then I'm gonna bring out the point I want. This is Psalms chapter 137 and 7. Remember, oh Yahweh, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon, who are to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dashes thy little ones by the stone against the stone slot. Going into what he did to those Incas, those Gadites, he would literally take their children, and hey, it says it dash thy little one by the stone. He would literally take their children and hit them against the stone, man. And also, he put so much fear in our people in the Northern Kingdom heart, man. Before the conquistadors came, they will commit suicide. That's just that sword that Esau is. Well, he fulfilling prophecy, and conquering everything.
God. So everything, that's why the scripture talk about, repaying Esau double, man. I said all the history we going over. That's why his captivity in the kingdom gonna be, crucial, man. I said we gonna have spiritual powers, man. Esau was only able to do so much, man. But the Lord gonna bless the saints, all right, the elect with spiritual powers, man. So Esau got a hell of a captivity, that he got to pay back, man. We don't want no FRN notes. We ain't sitting here, all right, count down the days and listen to the news for no stimulus check, man. We want that whole captivity back double, man. That's the patient faith of the saints, man.
Yep.
Right.
Well, that was it. Y'all brothers had anything else?
No.
All right. Well, with that, once again, we're gonna give all praise on the glory to Yahweh. Double honor to our apostles and our elders, GMS, who rule well, teach well, being great example to us younger brothers, and peace and blessings, salutations to the hopeful elect out there pushing his word of truth and in sincerity, man. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the believers and listeners, that have came back to the obedience of the scripture through faith in Yahweh by Shema Shai, man. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom, Baba.
Baba.
Wow.
Wow.